afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. We are underway between Hopkinton and Holliston. Hopkinton in their white jerseys working left to right across your screen. Holliston in the red. Tom Nappy alongside Bella Tomeno on the call, and we welcome Bella to the HCAM broadcasting team. Denise Untaki on camera as the Hillers looking to drive in. Out in front. Ooh, and that went off the face of Charlotte Schuster as she was trying to corral it in. Bella, a nice day for some girls lacrosse.
Absolutely, really exciting. Fresh set of 12s, 12 minute on the clock, and hopefully we can get this thing back starting underway. I'm excited.
And we are working through some technical difficulties. We apologize. Please bear with us. As that is going to be Holliston ball. Here they come. Along the far side. Both teams are 0-1 on this season. Hillers lost to Norwood 12-9 last week on the road. And Holliston fell to Westwood 19-3.
Yeah, both teams here trying to get into the win column. Little April Fool's Day matchup bringing along. So, obviously, the first win of the season sometimes can be the hardest one to get, and both of these teams super hungry as...
And it looks like we're going to get a Holliston's opportunity here.
It's unfortunate. The ball did go in.
They will have the penalty corner. And there's a good save by the Hiller goaltender.
Unfortunate there, obviously. Almost wish the penalty wasn't called, but Hopkinton will now take over, changing sides of the field.
Hillers looking to close in out in front.
Really good cut there by, I believe that was number 7, Elise Jacome. Was able to face cut her defender and led to a penalty corner. Let's see what she can do here.
And it's going to be a save. Good save by the goalkeeper there.
Saw her working in warm-ups, the goalkeeper, and she looked like a brick wall back there, so it's going to be hard for Hopkinton to get that ball in the net as they come down.
It's Amelia Langen in net for Holliston. Another nice save there off the shot. Coming in on that shot, that was Jenna Quattramoni.
There was Charlotte Goodman. She was able to get, I believe it was her stick on it, and just off the post, off that crossbar. And
Ava Lombardi going to net one and make it a 1-0 Holliston lead.
Very early on, you can kind of see Holliston just seems really quick. They came into today's game, I believe they got here with only about 20 minutes left on that warm-up clock. Meanwhile, Hopkinton had been here since with more than an hour of time to warm up, and it seems to not be much of a factor here today as Holliston looks quick and very attentive and on their toes. Striking first here, 1-0 with 8:50 left to go in this first quarter.
So we have a 1-0 Holliston lead as Ava Lombardi just put it in. Again, folks, sorry for the technical difficulties. Working through some early season kinks here. We have some new equipment we're working with, and sometimes technology doesn't want to cooperate, but we're doing our best to bring you this game. As the Panthers with possession in Hiller territory. Izzy Broshik with it, feeds it over. Out front, that's Anderson Hastings.
Defensively, Hopkinton's trying to really just get big, putting their arms all the way out to kind of appear bigger than they are. A little optical illusion technique there defensively.
Driving in, there's a shot. It's just wide to the right by Lombardi.
I have a feeling we're going to be hearing Lombardi's name a lot today. Good patience so far from the Holliston offense. Not forcing anything inside, right? Taking what they're getting, and what a shot there. Top right corner, but I believe the penalty corner will cancel it out. Incredible look there for Holliston. And there's the second goal canceled out by a penalty for Holliston. Unfortunate. It could be a 3-0 game for them, but instead they'll have to see if they can get another opportunity here on the penalty corner.
And that shot deflected, loose ball up behind the net.
Good work defensively on those corners for Hopkinton.
Trying to drive in for the Panthers. That's Caitlin Queeley. Queeley with it. Sent behind the net. Holliston doing a nice job at spreading it out and getting some shot opportunities as that one's deflected. Picked up by the Panthers, however.
Another good save.
Conley with it, and the Hiller goaltender keeping busy.
Got a couple lucky opportunities that were able to graze the post that kept it out of the back of the net, but Dylan Norrid is doing a really good job there in net.
Driving in.
Again, just taking their time setting up their plays is Holliston. And, you know, we're about halfway through this first quarter, and
there it is, another score for the Panthers.
Save Lombardi again.
So Lombardi making it 2-0. She had a score at 8:50, now at 5:44.
And she'll sub out to get her legs back under her. And she's out, and it looks like she's going to sub right back in. She's still at the scorer's table. Oh, they're actually taking a look at her. The athletic trainer's attending to her as Holliston's going to win the faceoff by a penalty default. Now Hopkinton charging down their offensive side of the field. They only gotten about one shot on goal, right? You gotta trying to work there inside.
Looking to drive in.
Penalty corner opportunity coming up for the Hillers. Rachel Bouvier with the ball and an opportunity at the top of the circle. And she will capitalize.
All right, we got ourselves a shootout here.
Little 5-hole action there by Rachel Bouvier. Really nice job. Again, really not much to it. Took a couple steps and fired, and it paid off. Here it's 2-1 now, 4:58 left to go in the first quarter. The face-off once again at the middle of the field for fourth time today.
Here comes the Hillers once again.
There's Abby Burke, who has control and passes it off to Avery Quebec.
Lucy Mado behind the net gets it over to Schuster. Schuster along the far side over towards Mosier. And Holliston going to get the turnover along the far side. Anderson Hastings picking it up. And intercepted by Bouvier. Rachel Bouvier, one of the top scorers last season for the Hillers.
And a yellow card there coming up from number 19, I believe that is, who do we got
That
there
is
for
gonna be
Holliston?
Avery Quebec. Or is
For
it,
Holliston. For Holliston,
That
yeah.
is actually Anderson Hastings getting the yellow card.
First yellow of the game, and Hopkinton will take over once again in their zone. They've been dominant for the past couple minutes here, getting the goal, and now another opportunity to hopefully, well, possibly tie up this game as we approach the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Keeping it in there and winning it is number 11, Lucy Mado. She'll continue the attack and pass it off.
Looking to close in. Good feed out in front, and it's popped in by Mosier. Bouvier, nice feed to Mosier, and Mosier gets the score to tie things up at 2 apiece.
Just an awesome pass there. It seemed like Mosier couldn't quite get the stick onto her left side, so her hands are crossed, and she goes and says, all right, let's let it rip, and comes up with the tying goal here. 3:22 left to go in the first. Really good maneuver there. I mean, sometimes it doesn't always go the way you want it. You're not able to get the stick to the right side, and you got to improvise, and she did a great job there as Hopkinton will win yet another face-off here.
I think winning face-offs is going to be key in this one. It's going to be all about possession time.
Absolutely. You saw Holliston won the first couple, and offensively had the ball in their zone a lot of times, and Hopkinton's kind of turned the tables and won the last couple face-offs and came up with two goals to tie it.
Miller's looking to drive in again, around the net, and that's deflected away off the Lucy Mado shot.
Although the shot didn't go in really good quickness there to juke a defender and be able to get that shot off. Holliston's going to change fields here very quickly, using their speed to their advantage now.
Panthers trying to work it around and find an opening. Putting on the moves there, Quealy. Quealy trying to rush in.
Working around, and again, that patience, that taking their time is really important. Finding their tempo and sticking to it. As Lombardi, right, she's not trying to force any cuts inside and just dumps it back to her teammate.
Looking to close in, there's a shot, good save. And that shot was Anderson Hastings.
Dylan Norton net, the freshman, I believe, if my eyes are seeing this correct. So in her first year, and I think that says a lot about the coach saying, all right, you know, we're going to give you the start as a freshman, right? She's got definitely some big shoes to fill, but she's doing a great job here today, coming up with a couple big saves.
Miller's trying to move it around as we are in the final minute of the first quarter, 2-2 game.
A little momentum goal here for either team.
Going to be taken away by Hastings, who picks up the loose ball. Along the far side now, that is Quattromoni. Knocked out of her grasp, and here comes the Hillers.
Hopkinton has numbers, 3-on-2.
Closing in, Mado feeds it over. Oh, falls out of the net of Bella Silva.
Silva tries to go back to that left side, and instead this time it falls out of her stick. Holliston once again using their quickness down the field. They have numbers now. They've turned the tables. Ava Lombardi has an opportunity.
10 seconds left to go. Holliston going to have to get this shot off quick.
Their bench is letting them know they don't got much time.
And it'll go a little bit wide, and that'll do it for the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, it's a 2-2 game. We'll step aside. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM.
And we're back out here on the field. Holliston High School, as it is a tie game, 2-2. As each team is going to switch sides now. Holliston left to right. Fresh set of 12 minutes on the clock. We're waiting for the ref's whistle and the face-off to get just underway. Here we are. Once again, an April Fool's Day matchup for both teams seeking their first win of the season. And a quick face-off win there for Hopkinton. There's Elise Jacome coming down the field, passing it off to Avery Quebec. Hopkinton swinging it around the circle. They went down 2-0 early and had a really good second half of that first quarter to tie it up. Good defensive effort there from Holliston. Fighting for it is number 18, Abby Burke, and number 32, Sarah Queenie. Referee is going to award it to Holliston as Queenie will pass it off to Brooke Reese, using a ton of speed down the near sideline, spinning. Good defense, though, is going to be forced to pass it off. Abby Burke giving her some trouble. Now Holliston in their offensive side of the field. Again, like I mentioned earlier, that optical illusion, you see defenders kind of holding their arms out, holding their sticks out, makes it hard for the offense to see what is really open, and just creates less space. Even if there is space, creates a less sense of space than there actually is. Here's Ava Lombardi, who notched both of the goals for Holliston. In front of the net now is number 15, Izzy Broschk, and shoots, and that one's going to go out, and Holliston's going to get there first and remain their stand here on offense. Jenna Quattromi going to work, forced to the outside by Elise Jacome of Hopkinton, who's not giving any easy goals up. Here's Lombardi again. See what she can do. Shoots it at the feet of goalie Dylan Norrid, and it's going to squeak through the 5-hole there. Holliston finally gets a goal. 9:22 left to go in the second quarter. 3-2, Holliston leads it as we meet back to the center of the field for another faceoff. High flyer picked up by Hopkinton, quickly getting down and setting up offense. Rachel Bouvier taking her time, seeing what's open. Passing it to that cut on the hop, picking it up is Avery Quebec. Quebec back to Bouvier. Bouvier once again now, keeping up her tempo. Now gets a little bit of pressure. The bouncer isn't able to be picked up by Burke, and we'll have to reset up their offense. Here's Quebec, passing it into Bouvier. Bouvier shoots it, and it's going to be a really good save there from Amelia Langen. Oh, sorry, my apologies. It's going to actually be a penalty corner for Bouvier, and just wide left of the net. Out of bounds, and it's going to stay here with Hopkinton as they pick it up. Elise Jackham inside to Quebec, who dishes it back to the back of the net. Working it around is Hopkinton. Again, nothing coming easy for either team offensively. They're taking their time and really trying to create good opportunities. Really good moves by Lucy Mado. Isn't able to get anything out of it, but a good pass as she takes it outside to Bouvier. And another penalty corner called against Holliston. So Bouvier will have another opportunity. The ref blows the whistle and finds the back of the net. Rachel Bouvier, the junior midfielder, comes up and ties the game at 3-3 with 7:01 left to go. And substitutions being made here for Holliston. Into the game is going to be number 3, Caitlin Quealy. Number 19, Anderson Hastings. And I believe number 21, Sarah Kutchman. So really back and forth matchup here as we're about a quarter and a half into today's game. Caitlin O'Connell here, working on the near side as she comes up with the face-off. Passing it off to Ave Lombardi. Here's Lombardi working inside, in between two defenders. A good save there by Dylan Norrid. Kick save there, channeling some Henrik Lundqvist, Tuukka Rask action. Holliston still has it here. Number 15, Izzy Brosch with control, passes it off. It's going to be picked up on the opposite side by Lindsay O'Connell. Now inside is Caitlin Quealy, who subbed in after the last Hopkinton goal. Passing it to Lombardi. Lombardi gets a shot off, but it's going to be deflected by number 22, Callie Hopkins of Hopkinton. That one works out well. Couple of fake shots from Izzy Broschken. She goes to shoot it, but another good save by Norrid this time. Ends up in her stick. She'll pass it off to her teammate, Laura Mosier, and she's heading down the field. Here's Lucy Mado now. Off to Quebec. Quebec back inside to Mado, can't get in the shot, and it's going to end up in Amelia Langen's stick. She passes it out. Hopkinton's going to come up with a little bit of an interception there. Now Harriet Rankin passes it off to Katie Balster. Back in Hopkinton's possession now. Avery Quebec working the top of the circle. Here's Bouvier. Taking their time, spinning in a little circle. Here's some cuts coming and a pick by Bouvier. She'll use it. Nothing comes of it. She'll give it up to Laura Mosier. Now working it behind the net. Nato tries to look for a cut there, but is going to take it inside herself. Couldn't get any leverage on her defender. There's inside to number 2, Kendall Tom. Sorry about that. And now Holliston takes it over. Hopkins had a lot of time in their zone, didn't even get a shot off, and they do get it back, but now on the total opposite side of the field, and they give it right back to Holliston. Izzy Broschk coming inside. Couple fake shot opportunities, and Rachel Bouvier tries to go for the ball. Stick comes out of Brosch's hands, and it'll be just at the top of the circle for a penalty corner. Waiting on the ref's whistle now. Got the signal. Brosch coming in. Looked like she was trying to go underhand, but the ball comes out of her stick thanks to the help of defender Sophia Della Chopa. Holliston will remain with possession. Still a tie game, 3-3, 2:15 left to go in the half. Kaylee McQueenie finding some space inside the defense's zone of Hopkinton and puts it in the back of the net as they regain the lead, 4-3, 2:09 left to go in the second quarter. And you see down at the defensive end, the defense and goalie of Hopkinton having a little bit of a conversation. A little bit, it seemed like a miscommunication. Quilly was almost too wide open there, and they'll talk it over. Another face-off at the middle of the field now. Holliston wins it. Here's Brooke Reese. Off to Ava Lombardi on the near side. Lombardi passes it to Quilly. Quilly cuts back, slows it down. Back to Lombardi behind the net. Here's Quilly. Tries to go underhand behind her back. Nord comes up with the saves. Wow, that would have been absolutely something. Good clear there for Norrid. Gonna end up in the stick of Katie Balster. Here's Balster looking for Bouvier. Bouvier now. Down the hashes. She'll slow down the pace. Taking her time, a little stick work. Passing it into Quebec. Here's Laura Mosier. Off to Elise Jacome. Here's Mado, going to work now. Spin move, trying to get inside leverage. Comes out of her stick. Trying to get a ground ball there inside, and Mado's going to come up with it. Shoots it towards the ground. And a great stick save there. Amelia Langen. And another great clear to old reliable Ava Lombardi. She's had 2 goals so far for Holliston, as there's 10 seconds now on the clock. The bench is letting her know not much time. Trying to get a shot off before the end of this quarter. And that'll do it. The end of the first half. It'll be 4-3. Holliston leads it, as both teams are going to go talk it over and make their adjustments. It's neck and neck here. Very back and forth game. 5 minutes on the clock for halftime. As we head to a quick break, stay with us. At the conclusion of the first half, it was 4-3, Holliston. Been a back and forth game so far. Both teams searching for their first win of the season. And we'll see how this thing plays out and who's going to come up victorious in the end. Here's Holliston with a quick face-off win. Abby Burke with the ball, passing it off to Rachel Bouvier. Now behind the net is Hopkinton, swinging it around. Back in the stick of Bouvier now. She'll send it counterclockwise now this time. Bouvier taking her time. Again, the pacing of both teams has been very patient today. Might sound like a little bit of a broken record, but it's definitely something very important to note. Here's Mado trying to work the inside. Couple of spin moves. It's going to fall out of her stick, but she'll regain possession and take it back outside the circle. Passing it off to Avery Quebec. Quebec to Bella Silva. Mado will retain it back and send it around town in a clockwise rotation around the goal. Almost a minute and a half of offensive possession inside to Mado. Mado going! Shoots it at the legs of Amelia Langen. It's going to find the back of the net once again. Really nice spin move, good action there. Makes one defender miss, switches hands, and gets it done on the ground. Once again, a tie game. 10:23 left to go in the third quarter. Hopkinton had a little bit of a down year last year, 7-13 and 6-8 in the Tri-Valley. Both of these teams played each other and they split games. They lost away 18-11, and they won at home 15-8. So if that tells you anything, a home game for them might come in their favor today. But again, it's going to take the whole, I believe, 48 minutes if they're going to want to come out on top here. Here's Bouvier inside with a good pass. Nato feeds her inside. A great cut from Bouvier. And a great finish. A quick lead change already. Now 5-4. 2 goals coming within a minute of each other. As Hopkinton takes the lead. So as I was saying, Hopkinton does seem like a home team going back to last year. 6 out of their 7 wins were at home, including the one they beat Holliston. Holliston taking it over in their offensive end for the first time this half. Already about 3 minutes expired. Ava Lombardi now, she's had 2 goals today so far, trying to work it inside, spins out, shoots it! A one-hopper ending up in the net. Ava Lombardi has got the hat trick for the day. Once again, tied game 5-5, 9:01 left to play. Good action there. Got the handoff from Anderson Hastings and then just went to work on the defender. Ended up with her 3rd goal of the afternoon. Subbing out of the game for Holliston is Bridget Malvey. And another face-off here between Anderson Hastings and I believe that's Rachel Bouvier for the Hillers. It's a race for the ball, and coming up with it is Abby Burke as she comes down the near sideline. Hastings playing defense. Gonna come up, she's gonna kick it down the field. It's gonna end up in the stick of number 36, Lindsay O'Connell. Again, back and forth now. Now ends up with Hopkinton. They're gonna go backwards with it, and it's going to cost them, unfortunately, as Ava Lombardi is going to run down the field with a little bit of an edge on her defender. Lombardi being defended by Harriet Rankin. She'll pass it off. Switching sides now on the near side. Swinging it around the top of that circle. Lombardi's going to have it back. Here's Broche, trying to go to work. Shoots it, and a good save there by Dylan Norwood once again. A quick clear out to Della Chalpa, and it's headed the other way for the Hillers. Rachel Bouvier has a lot of space. Passing it off. And it's bouncing around inside. Here's Nato behind the net. Hits her cutter! And there's number 21, Bella Silva, coming up with the quick goal. A little quick twitch shot there. Lucy Mato draws the defender. And a cut there from Silva leaves her wide open with a one-on-one with the goalie, and she's going to win the matchup. Great job there by Silva. .65 here for the Hillers, 7:19 left to go. That faceoff is going to end up straight in the stick of Abby Burke. As Burke comes down, it'll go out of the stick. Charlotte Schuster can't corral that ball in, but Lucy Mato will be able to get it on the ground herself. Comes out of her stick, repossesses it. Once again, Hopkinton swinging it around Holliston's defensive zone. Here's Bouvier. Can't get anything there. Passing it off to Quebec. Quebec, same result. Has to draw it out. Tries to take a screen from Bouvier. Passes it inside. And that's going to get popped out of the stick of Abby Burke and end up an Abigail Langen stick. We got a little, I believe it's a sister combination with Amelia Langen and Abigail Langen, the goalie and the defender. And now Holliston working on their end. It's going to end up back. There's Laura Mosier trying to clear it outside. Intercepted by Holliston. And once again, it ends up in the stick of Ava Lombardi, who's been a huge difference maker for Holliston. Seems to be one of their veteran players and reliable players for that matter. She's a junior. She's got 3 goals today. Here she is now again. Coming inside, has the edge on a defender. Goes for the bottom right corner, and it's going to be deflected by Dylan Norrid. Pile there inside, right in front of the goal. Quilly's going to come up with it. Passing it around. It's on the ground, and the referee signals Hopkinton ball. Here's Della Chapa going the other way. Abby Burke now coming on the near side. Got players running with her, and ball's going to come out of her stick and out of bounds. There's going to be a push there, Sarah Queenie. So it'll stay with Hopkinton. Here's Bouvier. Swinging it around. Here's Mato picking up some speed. Tries to leave it off for Bella Silva. Just isn't a super clean distribution, and Holliston's able to get possession back. Really good find, trying to connect with her teammate. Doesn't end with the intended receiver of that ball, but does end up with Broschk, who's going to give it up. Hopkinton trying to recover on defense here, making sure they don't give up any gaps.
Well, it's been a pretty action-packed game, Bella, and apologies, I had to step away. I was working on some technical difficulties. Unfortunately, we were unsuccessful in getting the live stream going today, but we'll have the recording of this game up right after, and you may be seeing it, glimpses of it live right now, but it's not coming in too well, but we'll certainly work on the equipment issues for next game.
Fortunately, because the date it is April Fool's Day, so I don't want any, hopefully no one's thinking we're playing a prank on anybody, not getting the stream out there, but it'll be up later, so somehow, at least some people will be able to go back and see it if they didn't catch the action live like us, so.
Absolutely, and this one continues to go back and forth and be action-packed.
Yeah, it's 6-5 here, a lot of lead changes. And we're almost at the end of this third quarter, and it's going to come down to the wire here. Both teams searching for their first win of the season, and, I mean, nobody's going to get it easy, I guess.
Yeah, this seems like a very even matchup between these two teams. A lot of quickness out there, some good shooting, good goaltending, a little bit of everything in this game.
Absolutely. Penalty corner coming up for Holliston. Really good maneuver there from Caitlin Quealy on the penalty corner. Goes in pretty much untouched by any defenders. Goes high on the goalie, kind of gets it over Nord's head. And goal's good for a tie game here, 6-6. Once again, we're tied up with 1:56 left to go in the third quarter.
Back and forth we go.
And this certainly hasn't been boring, you could say. Been very fun to watch. And these teams will also face each other once again next month on May 13, Hopkinton will travel over to Holliston, and if it's anything like today, it's going to be very eventful. A lot of back and forth goals, and that's what you ask for, right? If you're each team, you want an even matchup. You want to play a team that can play with you, and you don't want any lopsided games. So
right, exactly. Holliston continuing to work it around.
here's Lombardi. Trying to work inside.
Coming around the net, and there's a shot, a good save.
Really good look there. But an even better save. Little robbery there from Dylan Nord.
Yeah, she was trying to sneak in and nearly had it.
Yeah, had an edge on the post, and she couldn't
There's
find the net.
Quebec with it. And now sending it over Bouvier.
Approaching that 30 seconds left to go mark in the third quarter. See if Hopkinton can sneak one in here to gain some momentum heading into the final quarter.
Bella Silva gets it over to Goodman.
Time's ticking. They're gonna want to definitely, at least get one shot off here, or be a waste of a possession down in the zone.
Yeah, they're trying to set something up in front.
Looks
Don't
like
know if they're
Bouvier
going to
picked.
have time, though, as boxed in is Goodman. Feeds it over. 1 second left. Got to get the shot off. Oh, she held on a little too long. And at the end of 3 quarters, it is a 6-6 game. And we will head to the final 12-minute quarter. Should be a lot of fun closing out this one, Bella.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens when we return.
We will take a break. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready for the fourth quarter, 6-6 game as we head into the final frame. It's been a back and forth battle all game long. And we shall see what these final 12 minutes will bring.
Yeah, both teams again searching for that first win of the season, and head coach of Hopkinton, Melissa Remley, looking for her first win as head coach of the program. Last year wasn't, I guess you could say, the season that maybe Hopkinton had hoped for, you know, having a losing record, 17-13. But, they brought in, new face on the bench, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and they were relatively young last year. They got a good amount of players back this year, looking to take that extra step.
Having some veteran returners always important.
Here comes Bouvier. Tom Nappy, Bella Tomeno on the call. Happy to be with you. Denise Antaki on camera. Hillers working right to left across your screen for this final quarter, as they are looking for their first win of the season. They fell in their first game of the season on the road in Norwood. As closing in, there's a shot deflected away. That was Mosier with the shot. It's going to stay with the Hillers.
I think this first goal is going to be super important, setting that tone and momentum for the rest of the quarter. And we'll see if Hopkinton can notch that one here.
Out to Bouvier goes Mosier. Out in front now. And it's taken away by Holliston.
Thought Silva was going to try to get a shot off there. I'm surprised she didn't let it rip, but it's going to go the other way.
Yeah, she had a nice opportunity out in front, but defended well in that sequence. Is gone with it. Ella Gone sends it up the far side. Pass over by O'Connell. And now here comes Langen. Squeezes through two defenders, shot, and it is a good save.
And that's just about as good of a possession you can have without a goal there. I mean, she weaved in and out of like 3 Hopkinton defenders, got small and then got big and just couldn't put it in the back of the net, unfortunately, but those ones will eventually fall, so Hopkinton's going to have to be able to defend that.
Bouvier closing in, takes it, makes it.
And essentially exactly what Holliston did on the other end, but this time it ends up resulting in a goal. Rachel Bouvier does her own little impression of the last possession of Holliston, weaving inside and gets it past gets it past Langdon.
That score comes at exactly 10 minutes left. And the Hillers back on top, 7-6.
That first goal, huge, very huge for that confidence boost. Just feeling good, right? You obviously want to get a lead, and maintaining that lead late in the game is so essential, and especially if they can win a face-off here and maintain some possession, run some of the clock. They'll do just that.
Absolutely. Burke sending it over to Mosier. And games like this, these close battles that you have to grind all the way through, these are the kinds of games that will build character.
Absolutely. For a fairly younger team and a new head coach on Hopkinton's side, it's what you want to see. You want to compete. You want to have these games to really show what you're made of. It's make or break, and you're going to see who comes up in the clutch.
Behind the net, Lucy Mado. Mado looking to bring it around.
She's been super shifty all game.
And she'll take it out, looking to swoop it in, and it came out of her net there a little prematurely, but the Hillers hang on to possession.
Obviously that one didn't pan out for her, but if you're Hopkinton, if you're Coach Remley, you want it in her stick. She's made things happen today, as well as Rachel Bouvier. So any one of those girls today, you want them with possession. And
there's an interception. Pulled down by Caitlin Queeley. Up the near side, she goes with it over to Lombardi. Ava Lombardi takes it behind.
Lombardi's been a workhorse today for Holliston, and 3 goals of the 6. They need one here right now. If she were to notch another one, it'd be here in the 8th minute.
Here's Brosch, and that shot is going to be a nice save by Norrid.
Today for Norrid, it hasn't necessarily ended up always in her stick, but she's been using everything, whether it's getting some help from the post or using her chest or her foot with some kick saves. She's been able to keep it out of the back of the net and made some really good saves in key positions.
There's a good battle along the far side, and strong knockdown there as Sarah Kutchman was coming out with it, got a little tripped up. I believe that was Kutchman. Or no,
26
that is
for Holliston.
26. That is Autumn Smith. You got a little shooken up.
Yeah, a little bit of a scary collision there, and you saw immediately Bella Silva of Hopkinton, who caused the collision, kind of put her hands to her mouth. Obviously, it's never intentional or anything like that, and she will come off and will get a card from the referee, but you can definitely tell no ill will, no ill intentions.
Just one of those situations you're both trying to play the ball, and ends up being a bit of a collision. So Holliston will have possession. Abigail Langen with it, and she is trying to maintain possession. Good defense by Lucy Mado. Quattromoni up the near side. Picked up by O'Connell. Here comes Reese, back to O'Connell.
You know, based off of warm-ups, I thought Holliston might have a little bit of an edge today, but it's, again, I'm very well surprised by Hopkinton doing a really good job of keeping up and even having a lead here, a 1-goal lead with 6:54 left to go.
Yeah, they have fought their way back. They have played catch-up a good part of this game, but have kept just fighting back and now trying to hang on to that lead. As Lombardi or Quealy going to lose it here, and it's picked up by Bouvier. Sent out by the keeper, Norrid. On the far side, she goes out of play. It'll be side out, Holliston ball.
Tried to clear it a little too quickly there, and I think just used a little bit too much power. Hopkinton will get it back, though, so it doesn't cause too much of an effect.
Della Chiopa sends it up. It is going to stay with the Hillers. Bouvier. And that is sent up by Hopkins. Now with it is Mado. Back to Burke. Burke to Mado. Hillers trying to shake things up. Here goes Bouvier. Sends it over, loose ball. Who's going to get it? It'll stay with the Hillers, picked up by Balster. Burke with it. Looking to shake the defender.
Bella Silva's back in the game, so now they're even players on each team on the field now.
And Holliston going to get it back. Here comes the Panthers as we approach. 5 minutes left to go. With it now, Rankin. Harriet Rankin, a sophomore. New face to this Hiller defense.
Super quick there and a good pass inside to Avery Quebec.
Mado with it. Feeds it back to Bouvier. Bouvier moves it to Burke. Quebec with it. And now battle for it. Picked up by Bouvier. Looking to sneak one in, and it'll be picked up, but it's going to stay with the Hillers.
And this penalty corner has an opportunity to maybe be the dagger with the clock ticking to almost under 4 minutes. 2 goals in 4 minutes.
A free shot here, and Bouvier puts it in.
And that's what Holliston's going to be chasing now. Down 8-6 with 4 minutes to go. Bouvier with a really, just again, it's almost an easy opportunity. You're one-on-one there with the goalie, and say you got to find a spot to place it. And
yeah, she went net side and got a nice angle to the corner of the net.
So again, you know, it's as cliche as it sounds, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. Hopkinton was chasing 2 early in the first quarter, and now over for the Holliston side, they're chasing 2, down 8-6 with 4 minutes to go.
Now how about Bouvier? Both goals in this fourth quarter. She's having herself quite a game.
Oh, she's been great. Now another opportunity for Hopkinton.
Abby Burke with it. Just under 4 minutes left to go. Hillers looking to close it out. They're up by 2. They're going to hang on to the ball here. They're not going to be in any rush to shoot. Try to burn some of that clock. With it now, Burke. Battle for it. Picked up by Burke, and some contact there.
Time's ticking here, and Holliston's going to need to get the possession of the ball if they're going to want a chance, right? You gotta have the ball to score it, so
Yep.
with 3 minutes here. They're going to need 2 goals, and question is there going to be enough time, and are they going to get the ball enough times to be able to get that opportunity? This could be it for them.
Along the near side.
And it will be.
And we'll get a stoppage here. It's going to be Hiller ball. Brooke Reese, I think, might have stepped out of bounds.
I won't lie, I do disagree with that call a little bit. It seemed like Bella Silva was kind of pushing her out of bounds, and that definitely influenced that play, so I don't know.
Bouvier gets it over to Quebec. Quebec looking to close in. Lost it.
Closing in on the 2-minute mark.
Yep. It'll stay with Holliston here. 2 minutes left. Holliston will have to get a couple real quick scores here to get back into this one. Here comes Quealy up the far side. That's Autumn Smith.
Ideally, you got to get a score before that 1-minute mark and then leave yourself a minute to hopefully win a face-off and then be able to have some setup time offensively.
Lombardi swoops it back. Looking to close in. There's a shot. It's wide by Hastings.
Good look there from Hastings. I like the shot. I mean, it has to happen. You got to get as many shots as possible now down the stretch. But just can't fall.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
And that one does fall, right?
Anderson Hastings makes it 8-7. Not over yet.
Absolutely not. We've seen crazier things, crazier comebacks, as we talked about before this game, the Super Bowl 51 comeback. And Holliston's going to need to trigger a little bit of their own Patriot magic today if they're going to want to tie this game, send it to overtime, or even win it with 2 goals.
Yep.
I don't know if there's enough time to do so, but I guess.
Well, there wouldn't be an overtime. It would just end in a tie.
It does end in a tie.
Season.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
All right, so I got to brush up on my lacrosse rules just a little bit, but.
That's all right.
All right, so it would end in a tie then. Interesting. All right.
1:12 left to go, an 8-7 Hiller lead. And we will step aside during this timeout on HCAM. We are ready to continue on. 1:12 left to go in this 4th quarter. Holliston was just able to find the net courtesy of Anderson Hastings and get within 1. So they have some hope.
They do, but it's going to be no easy task. They're going to have to win a face-off and then maintain possession with only 1:12. And the way they've been playing, the pacing they've been taking on offense, you know, they've had longer possessions than that today, so they're going to have to speed up their tempo. And again, you know, you're going to probably want it in the hands of Hastings or should I say stick of Hastings or Lombardi.
This face-off's key, and the Hillers win it. Abby Burke gets it over to Bouvier. Operation Burn Clock for the Hillers. Bouvier just going to try to take it around. She's going to be heavily contested as time quickly running out.
You know, with no shot clock and you really can't hit or hit anybody's stick. It's going to be hard for Holliston to be able to get this ball back. And now 30 seconds left. It's going to be no easy task once again.
This is where you get to see how good your passing skills are.
Sure.
Abby Burke with it. Over to Bouvier. Bouvier has it knocked out. It's going to stay with the Hillers.
You know, if you're Hopkinton, you want it in the stick of Bouvier, and she's been huge for them today.
Over to Mosier. 5 seconds left. Mosier gonna take it around. She has a lot of speed. Drops it, but that'll do it. Hillers hang on. They get the victory 8-7 and improve to 1-1 on the season. Holliston will fall to 0-2. An impressive win out there today for the Hillers, Bella.
Absolutely great to get in the win column if you're Hopkinton. And it's going to be back to the drawing board for Holliston. I mean, you know, you saw the excitement on the girls' face. Obviously, they put in all the work in the offseason and in the preseason, and now it's paying off for them with an 8-7 victory. Really good job by both teams, and we'll see this matchup once again May 13th, and it'll be taking place at Holliston High School.
Yep, the TVL large teams, they'll meet up twice a season, so Holliston will get a chance to get some revenge later on in the season. But for today, the Hillers going to enjoy their nice 8-7 victory, and that is going to do it for our coverage here this evening. A big thank you to Denise Antaki for her terrific camera work. A big thank you to you, Bella Tomeno, on your tremendous announcing. And sorry I had to throw you in the fire a little bit there, but you did a terrific job.
Thank you so much.
We're excited to have you
it.
on the team this spring.
Excited to be here.
And for everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. This has been Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.